Hello, everybody. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, and my guest today is Oxana. Hi, Oxana.
Hello, Veronica. Hello, everyone.
How have you been lately?
Lately, good. Experimenting as always the last 3 years. So good. And you?
Yeah, I had my challenges the past few days, but life has been good to me. Thank you for asking. So Oksana, we met during our Living Your Design Guide workshop, and we had some professional and personal sharing experience, and um, your projector. And I thought it would be interesting if you share your perspective and how has it been with you experimenting those past few years with human design, and what was maybe the most shocking discovery you made, or just how is it to live as awakened projector? How did you meet human design? Let's start there.
Okay. So how I met human design. I met human design in these challenging years of 2020 when all this, well, I don't know if I should say the name of it, but you understand when all these things, chaotic things started in the world. So I met it there. It was just in February exactly when it all started, all these issues. And I came across it when a manifestor friend of mine posted something on Facebook, and I read about it and thought, what is this? I read about the 4 types and read just a small description of all of it, of every one of it. And when I saw Projector, I thought that should be me. And then when I put my body graph into this calculating system, I saw, well, yes, it's me. And then I just looked at all these triangles and circles, not knowing what it is. And I read that there is this emotional solar plexus center, and I didn't even know before what it means defined or undefined, because it was just the first hour of me being connected with human design. But I thought I should have solar plexus authority, because my emotions, I don't know where it comes, how it comes, when it comes, and I'm just into that fully. And either I'm so happy and such a lovely girl, or I'm completely a disaster and complete anger going out of me, and I don't know why. I was looking for reasons, of course, as everybody probably does, to understand what's going on with me. Now I know there are no reasons, there are just emotions, and I should leave them ecologically, not to hurt anyone. Yeah. So that's how it started almost 3 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this was the first thing which uh, what made you say this is me? What was what you read about the projector that made you think this must be me?
The focused aura and this
Uh-huh.
penetrating look at people to
Uh-huh.
the key center, because I always knew when I have a look at people whom to trust and whom not to trust. Although I'm not splenic, but I always felt it somehow. And my spleen is undefined. So this, your students probably know what this splenic center means, and everyone who is interested in human design knows what I'm talking about. I'm not splenic, but I always felt I should not trust this person. And I could not explain, or will see something coming out of this person sometime later. And it happened. I saw that. So I see that as a gift, and it is a gift, because that's what we projectors have at our disposal, like this knowledge of people, this inner knowledge, and something that we cannot describe, we just feel it. Yeah.
So this with the aura and the eyes, a lot of projector do get the question like, why are you looking at me like that? And did you always feel a little bit different and weird from other people or not?
Oh, of course. And I also have 4323 channel, which is this structure, how it's called, 4323 structuring channel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So this channel is also called the Genius Freak. And when I found it out, I said, oh, yes, now I know. And it's also black, so it's conscious. I'm conscious of it. Yeah. Sometimes things just come to my mind and I'm talking and then black out. I don't know what to say because nothing came, like, there is just nothing. There is either something to talk and then it goes on, or nothing. And there are some ideas coming out of my head. I don't know where they come from. They just come like flashes. And sometimes there is nothing. Before I thought, well, something is wrong with me. I'm weird. So everybody is normal. 70% of the population are generators. They're working. And I'm just I love to sit and to observe. And just, that's my pleasure. That's my happiness, to see how generators do their stuff. And I am looking at it and giving them my own view about that, about the processes, how it's all organized, and how it is, Veronica, do you feel it from projectors, or what do you feel when you are with projectors?
When I'm with projectors, I can feel it really weird actually, because I feel the penetration, and as a 5-1, I know when I'm being watched, because I myself watch. So I am quite attuned to what's going on. And projectors have definitely, also for me, very important is how people look and their eyes. Like always, the eyes were the most important for me. And, their windows to the soul. And so, yeah, I can really connect to when a projector is watching me, I can feel that. And then depending on the projector, I can connect to them or not, you know? But yes, it's, they do attract the attention. Also because I'm with an open throat and I can see how projectors have something in them which they project a light which can be attracting to the other, or maybe not always attracting, but visible. The projector is always visible in one way or another.
Interesting. This is interesting to hear, because before the experiment I was thinking I'm just invisible. Nobody sees, because I'm not working as hard as I don't know, before I was working as hard as generators or even more, but now not so much, just relaxing. And I was thinking, I'm so invisible. Nobody sees me. Everybody sees the generators or those around me who are la 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 la, and I'm not like this. But after I started the experiment, I thought, no, actually I am visible, and now I feel it. That's why probably Ross said, as soon as to the projectors, as soon as you shut up, the whole magic starts happening. So I think I'm experimenting with this now.
So this is how it happened to you. You shut up first and the magic started to happen, because things actually are slower for projectors.
They are slow, yeah. But I did it on purpose. I just said, okay, I'm not going to intervene into talks. For example, at work, they talk, I'm listening, and when they have to ask me, or when they ask me, then I will say something, and not like intervening, saying, I'm here, look, I'm here, how it was before. I was just relaxed. Started to be relaxed, and yeah, magic started happening because they said, so Oksana, what do you think about this? And what do you think about this? And do you have an idea about this? And I really felt that they are interested in me saying something. And it was not feeling so humiliating as before, just to say, look, I'm here, I'm here. I never liked it. Now I know why. Projectors, not every project don't like it, to feel like they have to say something in order to be seen. And now I just relax. If people don't recognize me, then we're not for each other. Fine.
Yeah. It's beautiful when a projector wakes up and relaxes in who they are without having to call for attention. And also because you're with an open G, you probably would call for attention trying to be different people and doing different things for that. So can you, because it's you yourself mentioned it's a conscious 2343. So with time, you're structuring things more and more, and with your understanding expanding, you're being able to transfer to other people, but also you became a guide, human design guide. So apparently you want to structure other people and to explain to them how things work and how they stick. And have you tried experimenting with that yet, or you're just at the beginning
As soon
of
as our
guiding?
course, Mhm. As soon as our course finished, it was in March last year, 2021. Yes, or 2022. I'm already this year. Oh, this year! Wow, through this year, in March. For me, I started after that. I started immediately PTL 1, and I thought I need to experiment more. So for me, the purpose was to get the certification and to study more and to experiment more myself. Because when I want to give something to people or to officially hold these classes, I would like to speak from my experience. So I don't want to be a theoretical teacher. I want to be somebody, well, I have fifth line, maybe that's why, 2-5, unconscious 5. So I just want to talk from my experience and to give some practical things to people. And yeah, I can start to do it now, but my inner feeling, my solar plexus says, wait. So I'm waiting. And also, I think in June or July this year, PTL finished, PTL 1-1 finished, and I said to myself, now pause. So I'm having a pause right now. I don't study anything concerning human design. I'm just experimenting because I said now I gathered lots of knowledge. I should implement it. So now I'm in a phase of just experimenting. And also I had some classes with a one-to-one classes with a projector who's helping other projectors to, let's say, to live a conscious life. Because when I want to guide people, I want to be really of value to them and give them something that they can practically use and not just blah blah blah. Projector is blah blah blah, generator is blah blah blah. Just I want to give them some practical tips which they can helpfully use, or to explain them how they in practice, how they can realize themselves in a practical way. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you want to get first more expertise, so to say, before you really indulge with working with other people.
It's just the time has not come.
Mm-hmm.
But I was put it that way. My solar plexus says no, not yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how is it to be actually emotional and a projector? Because also your design your emotion, you're a projector, first of all, then you're emotional, and then you're a very wide split. So all of that says weight, kind of. How is it to be emotional? And what does it mean to be emotional? How do you feel the emotionality?
Well, the connection to my emotions is red, this
Mhm.
49 gate, so it's unconscious. And I don't know most of the time what's going on with me. Why am I laughing now and then I'm crying? Before, as I said, before I thought something is wrong with me, before human design, and I should maybe go to a doctor or take some medicine. No, it's actually like this. I mean, everybody who has the solar plexus defined, I think, will agree with me that it's either it comes, just 5 minutes comes, then it goes. And what's going on? I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's really nice when I'm on the high wave, because this, as we know, 1949 is the ratcheting, it's called in English, like it's growing, then down, growing, down. So that's how this wave is functioning. And as soon as I learned it, I started having a diary. So I basically wrote every day of the month and marked where I feel according to this vertical line of grade of my emotions. And it actually really, it was this wave as we studied in our classes, growing and then down. Was really interesting experience for me. It's not easy. It's not easy also for people who have an open or undefined solar plexus, because they really are mirroring me. I can feel it, I can see it, and it's not easy for them to be with me when I'm on my down. So to be ecological, I say to them, for your best, please don't just don't approach me this hour, because I'm on the down on my way. And they know human design a bit, or they ask questions about human design concerning their problems to me, and I answer them, and they say, okay, we won't disturb you. And it's good, because then I'm just on my own. I'm living this way. I can cry, or I can laugh, or I can do something very dramatical. And then it's like, oh, yes, now it's out. The tears are out. I'm so happy. Because the body needs emotions. The body needs to feel. And it's feeling, and I'm happy about it. So not easy, challenging, but when you understand the process, it's much better, much easier to accept that it is the way it is.
This is very interesting with the diary that you have been keeping. Are you still keeping a diary, or?
I used to keep it for 2 months just to be sure that it really works the way it is that it is described in the book, in the theoretical book, because I don't believe. I just really want to see how it works for myself. And then I was so amazed that it's really this way that came from the dots that I put in my calendar. So now not anymore, because now I already feel that, okay, I'm on the high of my wave. It will be not late. Soon will come the time when it will be completely down, and I will be completely destroyed, and I will be like, the whole world is a trauma. What am I doing in this world? And then this melancholy will come. So now I know, okay, it will come, but everything is good still.
Yeah. And also because of your very wide split, the whole world, something's wrong with the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have that feeling.
Yeah. Before human design, I was saying it's not my problem. It's your problem, or it's their problem. It's not me. Now I realize, okay, it's just my way like it, and nobody is a problem. It's just the way it is. Things are the way they are. Do we like them or not? Nobody is a problem.
Yeah, That's very nice to let go of this problem attitude. Everything is a problem, and I'm the problem, and the world is a problem, and there are problems going on all the time, indeed. But I think that I also from time to time feel like the whole world is against me. So this never really stops for 100%. But like now when I lost my data on my computer and I didn't have a good backup, I could experience how it was not only my problem, but yeah, it's not so easy to let go of all the mm, conditioning, and we keep on getting new conditioning, so it is as it is. So about your other channel, the Genius to Freak, which is conscious, so you said it was a relief when you found out that again, nothing's wrong with you, but it's just the way it works. Do you expect, because the 43rd gate is also the gate of deafness, and you have actually also the other two, the 38th and the 39th gate. So do you are you deaf about certain things, and how do you experience that?
Yeah, that's a funny question that you asked, because I remember we had our class with Carol about this living design guide certification, and she told some discussions started about these gates and about these deafness topic. And I thought, yeah, because I remember lots of times when people say something which is not interesting to me at all, I'm deaf. I thought, again, something is wrong with me. I should go to doctor. No, the topic is not interesting to me. I don't hear. That's it. Really, it's magic. You can call it magic. Those people who don't have these gates, it's not magic. It's just the way the body works. It's not interesting to me. Dot. I don't hear it. It doesn't exist in the energies around me. And that's it. You can go on talking. I'm not hearing. So there were things when there was too much information coming. That's the second point. Lots of information, for example, about human design. And at some point I said, stop, stop. I don't hear anything because I need to process it. And when it is processed, then I start hearing again, so to say. So yeah, to summarize, if there is enough information and I need to process it, I'm deaf. And if the topic is not interesting, I'm deaf too.
Yeah.
So that's how the body helps to have this genius living in me, or this genius freak channel living in me.
And in your openness, when you look back at things and right now, what is the biggest challenge for you?
Or when I learned about these, which center is concerning which energy and what does it mean, the first thing actually I thought lots of, well, in this undefined centers, we always start from the ego, because 65% are undefined and making promises that they cannot keep. This is also this was relevant to me before, when I didn't know human design. Now I'm conscious at least about that, so I'm not making promises that I cannot keep, or better avoid making promises. But for me, the issue for a long time has been the spleen, the open spleen, because I used to keep going on, doing something that, or being surrounded with people with whom I no longer feel comfortable. I was afraid of letting go, and it's concerning mostly people, and secondly, jobs or places where I was, because I thought, well, what will be in the new place or with new people, I don't know. And at least I know what is with the old places and old people, so to say. But as soon as I started human design, I said, aha. And it was actually the time when I started working with, or started reading lots of psychology books, and understood or read about this topic of codependency. And I thought, aha, codependency can also lie in the open spleen or undefined spleen. I mean, it can be connected. And now I feel easier with this, because I know, yes, that I can lean on to people or places or jobs or whatever, which may no longer satisfy me. I'm still keeping it because I'm afraid to lose it and then to meet something unexpected. So now I'm conscious about this, and I say, well, I mean, let's say it like this: when I started human design 3 years ago, I was surrounded with completely other people as now, and it shows something for me that I was able to let go of people who were no longer healthy for me.
So you changed completely your community and surrounding with new people. And because you're also a harmonic, more of the rare profiles, how did you see the 2-5 work, and especially the subconscious heretic, the seducer?
You mean how it works, how I feel this profile in me?
Yeah. And especially you said because you changed your surroundings, so you completely changed the people, so you were able to really watch how it works with new people, because that's how the projection works. It mainly works with people you don't know.
Yes, and I understood when I learned about the profile, I understood why I'm attracted to foreigners, let's say foreigners, strangers. That's what I mean, to strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And my own people or my family don't see me. Before I was like, why? But now, as soon as I'm traveling somewhere, and I travel a lot, I love traveling. As soon as I'm in a foreign place, in a foreign country, if there is some problem with other foreigners and they need some advice, I don't know how, but they come to me. They see me in the street and say, can you help us? Or can you help us with this? And I'm, before I was, what the hell? Why me? There are huge amounts of people. Why me? So now I see, okay, that's how it works. Funny, nice. And actually, I like it because I like to be surrounded with strangers and to talk with different people, rather than to be surrounded with like a four, they prefer this close ties and their inner circle. I prefer outer circle, let's put it like this. I don't like inner circle. I feel uncomfortable but outer circle and people whom I don't know and who don't know me, it's really magic. They just see a savior in me and then come to me, and I'm, why me? Okay, but I help. If I know, I can help. And it's interesting because we talk, and then it's interesting to see who comes to you, because as a projector, you always ask yourself a question: who is coming to me? Who is attracted to me? And the quality, well, I will say it like this: the quality of people who are attracted to me has also changed, because I changed myself, and I really like it. That's why I'm saying I'm going further into experimenting before I start giving official classes, because I just need to feel, to feel. With this solar plexus defined, I need to feel to the depth some things before I start putting it out loud to the groups of people, let's say, because yeah, there are some people who know that I'm doing human design and they say, oh, can you help with something, or can you have a quick look at the chart or something like this. If it's interesting, yeah, I'm doing it. Also depending who is asking, because now I'm much more conscious or much more cautious and conscious with people who are approaching. Not with everyone, but really seeing for whom my energy can be open and for whom not, with the open sacral, you know. Not overworking is important.
So could you say that you're not overworking yourself anymore, or not exactly?
Actually, now I can say it, because also at work I talked to my team and said, you know, there are people who are working systematically, and there are people who work like the way, like this, and I am this type. I cannot work like a generator, work. No, it's just, I feel it in my body. I feel it like, I'm feeling good, but soon I might be tired. And when I feel it, I say, okay, stop. Then I will do it tomorrow. Because before, it was working till exhaustion, before human design, and lots of illnesses. And I was thinking, what's going on? I'm young, but I am ill like an old grandma. What's going on? But now, when I started experimenting and having rest before I'm tired, creates magic. But we know that it's not magic, it's just mechanics.
So your colleagues were and bosses were understanding to that information.
I didn't tell them about human design, or let's say I am cautious talking about this. I don't say human design. I say there is some studies, or I read somewhere. Although to one of my colleagues, I said human design and actually had a look at her chart, and she was, wow, that's true. This is also true. So I'm looking with whom I can talk about what, or who is ready to accept the information, who is not.
But you don't have to talk to human design. Say it's because of human design. I also tell my clients who are emotional that it's not a problem to say to people that you're emotional. They don't have to know it's human design. It's just with me, it takes time because I tend to take emotional decisions. It's also not a foreign language to say that, although human design has its own vocabulary.
Yeah, true. For me, when I'm talking, it's always I need to give the background. Why am I saying something? Probably because of my design. But now, just explain. The cross of explanation. But with colleagues, exactly as you said, I say I'm emotional. I need to take time. I also had this thing. I just need to take time, and they say, but why? It's obvious, and I say no. For me, it's not obvious. I need time. I don't know when it comes, but it just comes. And they say, okay. Really, thanks to God, I work in a place where it's good seen. I mean, I didn't meet any resistance or some problems with it, thanks to God.
But I think that it's also a lot in our mind, in our fears, thinking, oh, what will people think now if I tell them this or that? And when we do tell them this or that, actually people are much more understanding than we even thought they would be sometimes. At least that's my experience. So just with human design, because we talk all the time about being authentic, being yourself, being taking off those masks and avoiding truth and confrontation if you're unemotional and blah blah blah. The more you do become authentic and you do become yourself, the more you see that it's okay, and it's not a problem, and it's not so hard, and the people will accept you as you are. You don't have to hide it, right?
Yeah, it's taking time, especially in the beginning, to see, for example, that with an open ego, you don't have to prove anything, because before, I was proving everyone that I am worth this or that I can do it, even though 100 times ill, I will do it. Now, no. If you expect something from me, or if you press me, we are not meant to be with each other. Let's put it like this. Of course, I don't want to say that, well, yes, now I'm 100% conscious, 100% everything's great. No, it's not great. It's not perfect. It's not 100% pink glasses and unicorns flying, going around. No, especially in the moments of this deep down of the wave. It's horrible. It's horrible, but you have to go through it. Yeah, and especially with starting experimenting with the design, these waves, these emotions, or these downs of the waves are more often as well as the ups, probably because my body somehow is open for the experiment. And this chemistry is just crazy, but it is the way it is. So I'm living it.
Mm. And when you're down at your wave, do you see, does your creativity wake up then, or it's not dependent really on the down and upper part? Can you say you become more creative when you're down or not?
When I'm down, I'm so into this chemistry of these emotions that I just want to either cry or shout. Well, shout, I cannot shout in the city, so I'm just either going to dances because I like dancing classes, and it's helping a lot, really. Especially that I read, I'm not into that yet. It will be in PTL, I don't know, 3, somewhere, but I already read it that 1941 is living the emotions through dancing, through body movements, as far as I read somewhere. And it's so true. It's so true. Dancing is, wow. Maybe this is can be called creativity as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. And also I like drawing. I mean, I'm not a painter at all, but when I draw something that comes from my soul, it's helping. I'm feeling much better because I put colors, very, very, very strong colors, and moving this thing with such a power, you know. It's somehow a meditation for me. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so creative on the down and on the up of the wave.
So it's not like you do it with out of pleasure and wanting to create something, but for expressing the intensity of your feelings.
Yes.
Yes, and it's beautiful actually. Because it's not, oh, as you said, the unicorns and roses, or if there are roses, that the roses have thorns, or the unicorn has the
Thorn.
yeah. And that's what life is about, with the this and the that, and the gloomy and the gray and the pink, and the whole palitra, the whole color spectrum. And I find these very juicy, emotional people that I don't necessarily like it every time, but it can be very exciting, especially when they're up. Also, it can be very beautiful when there is this melancholy in the air, and yeah, depends.
Yeah, I think. And how do you feel it when somebody close to you is on the down of the wave? Is it?
It's different. It's different. Sometimes it can be, I can be so empathic that I really feel the pain in my body, in my own body, and then I usually remove myself because it's not mine to process. Sometimes emotional people are very pushy to me, and they're trying to throw their bucket of emotions over me. And if I am stable and centered, I just, I don't take it. I feel it and then I let it go. But sometimes it gets to me and then, ooh la la, it's not very comfortable for the other, let's put it this way, mildly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're reflecting other emotions.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's not always, you're not always possible to take it cool. Let's put it this way. No matter how long you're in design, and it just sometimes it catches you.
yeah, but also important for people with defined solar plexus to leave these emotions ecologically. Not everyone can, but it's very good because the health is being destroyed when you do not leave it. I can say it on my own experience. I had some issues with skin, and I thought, I'm healthy. What's going on with my skin? I mean, I don't want to describe it. There were some issues. And as soon as I realized that I need to leave it, I started experimenting. I started dancing and really feeling these emotions. It's gone. And again, as I thought, of course, I went to thousands of doctors, thousands of creams and everything. Nothing helped. And then at one point, I started really crying, terrifically crying when I want to cry, laughing out loud when I want to really laugh. And it got better and better and better and better. And I'm like, wow, wow, for 5 or 6 years, my skin has been like this. So the conclusion is about the solar plexus is just to leave it. If you have it defined, just leave it. Otherwise, your own health is just it's detrimental to your health. Yeah.
And especially when we talk about a society which, let's say till recently, was not really accepting to emotions, and especially with men. So now we have the World Football Championship, the World Cup. We see how many actually guys are finally able to express their emotions freely, because they're not allowed to do that in their everyday lives. But I think that with time, society is getting more and more understanding that we're not only our brains, but we're a holistic being, and everything influences our lives, including our emotional life. So it's a good advice. Leave it to be and just feel. Let yourself feel.
Yeah. And emotional intelligence is as important as IQ, or even more, will be with times more important. That's my feeling. And there are lots of tests in companies when you apply about the emotional intelligence. And I think it's really important because you can be so smart, but not understanding what others are about, what they are feeling, and then can bring some misunderstandings. And I think especially in leading positions, you need to have a good, very good EQ.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Is there something that you feel can be practical for projectors as an advice, or just some observation you want to share? Or maybe not projectors, just any type, or is there something you want to share?
Sharing. I would just say it's very tough in the beginning to start the experiment because I mean I'm talking about myself and my own experience. It was tough, but when I started doing that, and life has changed and is changing still. I sometimes ask myself, oh, maybe I should close my eyes, close my ears, and pretend that the human design didn't happen to me. Just, just because the changes that are happening are so great, so big, so unexpected that I think, oh no, I don't know anything. I'm just Oxana from 3 years ago. I don't know anything. I'm just living in this world of ponies and unicorns. But unfortunately, it's not possible anymore. um, Unfortunately, we don't live in the world of unicorns, or fortunately. Um, and it's hard. It's not easy, but it's worth it because I feel it in my body. Since I started the experiment, I lost 6 kilograms. I mean, I never had issues with my weight, but still, just saying. Skin got much better, and before there was catastrophe, as I said, I didn't know what's going on, and all the doctors said everything is good. And I just started accepting me as myself. So I'm always keeping in head my body graph. Also, I'm experimenting with food and with the surroundings, with these um, arrows, with these 4 arrows, and the motivation and everything. And I just enjoy being myself. And when I hear some people are saying, I need somebody to be happy, I'm thinking, I have myself, and there is so much to discover, that I'm so happy to be with myself. I'm falling in love with myself, and I'm having myself. So it's great. Lots of way to learn, lots of things to learn, lots of things to discover. It's amazing, and there are absolutely another people, types of people coming into my life, and I like it. So I like my new life much more than it was before, and yeah, everything has changed. Everything is changing. It's not sometimes easy because the mind needs to be on the path with these changes, to keep up with these changes, but the mind is conservative and says, no, 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 we'll live it the way that we're living. But now my solar plexus is saying, no, we are living the way I am living, the way I'm functioning. Sometimes it's a battle, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. I enjoy it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes afterwards. After how it will develop, because I'm still in this realization process, how it's working, still experimenting. But it was not easy. It was challenging, but it's so worth it because I see the world with different eyes. And actually, my eyesight is also got a little bit better as soon as I started the diet of the human design. It's not so good as, not so good as the changes with my skin, let's say, but it's still something I see. I see before I was looking, it was not so good, but now I at least see some things that I didn't see before with my contact lenses. And they are the same dioptries. So I'm still surprised. I'm getting surprised every day. It's worth it, really. But listen to your authority and strategy. If it says, what a bullshit, then it's bullshit for you. And if it says, wow, I want to do it, also listen to your authority, because that's the only authority to listen to. Not what somebody is saying, but just your own part in your body or outer authority.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very nice that you shared how it's actually not easy. It just makes it maybe life more simpler, but it's not easy because some people expect, they start with human design and that's the promised land, and there is no such thing. But it's really worth it to get to that place where you can call it truth. So thank you for this conversation, and thank you for sharing yourself with the world. And if somebody feels they resonate with you and they want to find you, they can do that. I will put it in the comments. It's Oxana Human Design, was it? Guide on Instagram.
Yeah, you can see it on the Instagram and take it from there, how it's written.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, and what languages you speak?
I speak English, Russian, and German.
Okay, so if you're one of those languages, you can contact Oxana. She's a projector and can share with you her unique view and perspective. Thank you again for your time and for this conversation, and speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. Look forward to hearing from you.